So I know y'all been waiting on my opinion on this whole live with Gypsy and Bree. I have a lot to say, so buckle up, buttercups, because this is going to be an interesting take. For starters, I think it was very staged. I feel like Christy or Gypsy gave Bree a bunch of questions to ask Gypsy. I think her intentions was to go on Bree's live and basically act like the victim. I think what's very interesting is they said that I was the reason for Gypsy's demise as far as whatever it was that she was trying to do. Not her. Me. Then Bree proceeds to lie and say she's seen messages that I said that my followers will believe anything I say. Girl, show the receipts. If I said that, show the receipts. Show the receipts. That's because you're lying. If you had that, you would show that. When do I ever say anything like that? I'm not a cult. All I do is tell the truth. I also think it's very interesting that Gypsy said, her and Ken basically put Christy out of the delivery room. But then she also said, Christy saw my face, ask Christy. Then when she was speaking about the book signing and the books that was left over, and then Bree then again said, when you had the baby on the 28th, right? Like, it was too much propping. Something's not right, y'all. I don't know what it is, but something's not right. I also think that it's very interesting that this is when Gypsy and Bree want to blame me for Gypsy not being a successful social media creator, or the world not getting a chance to get to know her is because of me. Girl, this girl unalived her mama. She used a man with special needs. She had an affair on her husband and allegedly had a baby. She had her mom sliced and diced. And you're saying I represent hate? Bree, just hop into bed with Gypsy if that's what you want, honey. Just get it on, because this is crazy. That whole lie. First of all, the fact that you were like crying and sobbing, oh, they will never get to know you the way I do. If they knew that you were such a good person, and if they really were able to just overlook the fact that you murdered your mom, they act like you stole their cookies or something. You're such a good person, Gypsy. And you've been so honest and transparent. Like, girl, what? This live was wildly out of touch on both sides. Then I also think it's really interesting that Gypsy started saying that she does everything for the baby. She was like, I do everything. You know, I change her, I feed her. But Ken and I do, like, I will feed her, he will change her. What? Do you do everything or you don't do everything? And even when she got off, she was like, oh, I hear her. She's getting up. Nobody heard nothing, girl. Y'all. But I don't know. Like, the fact that Gypsy got on there and she was like, hey, hey, Bree. And then the camera's off. The camera's off. And she claimed Ken was there. Nobody heard. Nobody. And she was like, yeah, seeing him be a dad makes me more in love with him. Mm-hmm. Is that true? Y'all, there's just too much about this situation that just seems so off. But that was definitely a staged live. First of all, Bree says she'll stop talking about Gypsy. But then she comes on live talking about Gypsy, and Gypsy comes on there. I also think, and I know pregnancy is different. And I had C-sections with both my kids. My daughter, they gave me Pitocin and all of that, but they ended up having to do a C-section. And I think I came into the hospital 4 or 5 centimeters dilated. Yeah, 5 centimeters dilated. They gave me Pitocin, and they gave me the epidural or whatever. But it didn't quite happen like that. And obviously not, because I had a C-section. But I thought some of what she said just seemed a little off. I'm not a labor and delivery nurse, so I don't know. But I had a lot of questions. How about y'all? Did you guys have a lot of questions? Was there anything in there that made you think like, is that true? What really happened? I don't know. I just had a lot of questions. She said that this happened at like 1:30 in the morning, which is why nobody staked out. She said she was like, Bree was like, oh, I'm really proud of you. You were able to get the baby in and out with no pictures, blah, 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 blah. Like, y'all don't think nothing's wrong with that? Y'all, there's something very suspicious about this situation. I don't know what it is. No signs. No. Something's not right, y'all. I can't put my finger on it. But why would they stage that? And if things weren't going left for Gypsy, why would she get on a live to make it known that I am the reason for her demise? Because to really be honest with you, the fact that she is saying that, like, girl, you're telling me that I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. My job is to make sure that everybody knows that you are a low down piece of SHIT that should be going to the pits of hell. Yeah, so you're telling me I'm doing my job? Why would you come on here and say this now? I have a feeling they're going to try to use that live on Lifetime because it wasn't my voice. They know I won't sign for them to use my content. Something is wrong. That was very staged. Those questions were very particular. And she was like, and like you could kind of, it seemed like Bree was reading off of a paper or something. Like something wasn't right. And I feel like we're going to kind of see this play out. Bree thinks she's slick. Girl, what I do have to tell y'all that I think is really, really funny. 7 people today messaged me. They said, I was watching that live. And I didn't know who you were. But I was trying to figure out who was Nina. They said, I went to your page, watched some of your videos, and you weren't telling nothing but the truth. At least 7 people sent me messages like that today. So the more she tries to villainize me is the more that she's exposing other people to me, and my content is very easy to digest. But drop your thoughts down below, y'all, because this was a wild one. I don't know about y'all, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Bye-bye for now.